You're watching the Nike EYBL Scholastic Conference Tournament at the Riverview Park Activities Center in South Carolina. Third matchup of our quarterfinal quadruple header features the top scoring team in the conference, IMG Academy, against Sunrise Christian. So a couple powerhouses going at it with a spot in the semis on the line. Welcome into our broadcast booth. Rafael Davis, Sam Brief with you, and let's zoom out. Bella Vista, Lehigh already booking their spots in the semis. We've got this one, and then Wasatch and Link in the nightcap. And in this one, all eyes on the top scorer, and as announced today, the top player in the EYBL, Darius Acuff Jr. for IMG.
Man, Darius Acuff Jr. is a problem. Can score all three levels, can knock down threes, can get in the mid-range, can get to the basket. Great in the ball screen as a decision maker. Sunrise Christian Academy, they're going to have their hands full dealing with one of the better point guards in all of high school basketball.
Next year, he'll play for John Calipari at Arkansas. Acuff scores 25 points a game for IMG. Right now, he plays for Sean McAloon, and here are the four who join him. Sadiq White going to Syracuse. He'll team up with someone we just watched, Kyan Anthony.
They're going to make for a powerful duo out of Syracuse next season. Two guys, Sadiq White, got to get in the lane, make plays, physical power forward, and Kyan Anthony, we know we can score that basketball.
On the flip side, Sunrise Christian, led by the second-year head coach, Kyle Lindstedt. The star of this show is EYBL first-teamer, Chidi Wiwe.
Chidi Bang Bang. I love watching Chidi Wiwe play ball. He can knock down shots from deep, but his deal is getting into that lane and making plays. Off the bounce, he is one of the more tougher players in the country to keep out of the lane and keep away from that basket. But his ability to offensive rebound is going to be big time in this matchup versus IMG Academy.
And he shoots at almost 40% from downtown, fourth best in the EYBL. IMG in the baby blue. Sunrise Christian in the white, and it's Acuff and the Ascenders who start with it. These teams have not met this season, so first matchup between the Ascenders and the Buffaloes. And up top, ball's in Acuff's hands.
I'd love to get Darius Acuff in this ball screen action. You go under, he will knock it down from deep.
Now Jones to Sadiq White. White in the corner. Stagg, 4-3.
It's a really good job by Sadiq White getting to the teeth of the defense and not forcing it up over 4 or 5 defenders. Hits that corner man Stagg, and big fella's able to knock it down from deep.
Exactly how you want to start if you're an IMG fan. Wiwe met by 2 defenders. And now Jacob Walker, one of the top assist men in the EYBL. Working on Acuff. Now to Wiwe.
Good D.
With 2 seconds on the clock, that was a messy possession and rebound to the bench.
Really good defense from IMG Academy here on their first possession. Getting Wiwe to shoot a contested jumper, long 2, good block out, coming down on the other end.
Both of these teams had really solid regular seasons, booked their spot in the conference tournament. For IMG, all about offense. They score almost 70 points a game, best mark in the EYBL. For Sunrise Christian, one of the best defensive teams, allowing just over 50 points a game. So something's got to give today as Walker, with the hesitation, he traveled.
Yep. Got happy feet.
So gives it back to this dangerous IMG team. And when Darius Acuff is going right, what is he doing?
Everything. I mean, Darius Acuff, obviously, he can knock it down from deep. He can shoot it from the three-pointer line as best as anyone in the country, but his game is getting to that lane and making plays. And once he gets going and you start helping a little bit, he can find guys as a facilitator, just a high-level point guard.
He finds White, but can't convert the 3. Now Walker looking to wear Acuff down defensively. Chronister. Noah Hill working on Stagg. And here's Wiwe. Sunrise Christian has not been able to penetrate. Just 5 on the shot clock. Walker. Step back, 15-footer is boarded by Stagg.
Good job. IMG Academy do a great job defensively.
Now White to the hoop, boarded by Chronister.
Got to be a block or something.
And then Stagg swats it out of midair. Hill to Placide,
Good
blocked.
dig.
Stagg the rejection, but Placide recovers and able to kick out to Weiwei. Corner 3, in and out.
3 possessions, 3 jump shots from Sunrise Christian. IMG Academy doing a great job shutting off the paint.
And they're 0 of 5 from the floor as Acuff scores his first.
Just his patience and his poise. I mean, you just can't speed him up. He's always under control. He goes at his pace and his rhythm, getting right to the basket, high and soft off that glass.
And Kyle Lindstedt calls timeout. Sunrise Christian, a messy start. 0 for 4 from the floor. A turnover, and nothing to show for. All IMG in South Carolina.
Sure, I was the first pick, the rookie to watch, and the back-to-back All-Star. But to get even better, I had to get real with myself. I got real about how I showed up. I got real about how I trained. I got real about what I ate. The results, something about this season, man, it just feels different.
As IMG and Sunrise Christian face off for the first time, our players to watch: the 5-star recruit Darius Acuff and one of the top juniors in the country, Chidi Weiwei.
Darius Acuff headed to play for Coach Calipari at Arkansas, and I strongly believe that when you think about Coach Calipari, you think about all the point guards that played for him, whether it be De'Aaron Fox or rather it be guys like Derrick Rose or even guys like John Wall. I think Darius Acuff fits right in that category. He's a strong player, point guard, can get downhill, can score, but can facilitate with the best of them. And Chidi Weiwei, a flat-out hooper. He can knock it down from deep. He can score it at the rim. Really good defender, really good rebounder. 2 really good players going head-to-head in this one.
Chidi Weiwei, 15 points a game, shooting 40% from behind the arc. But so far, Sunrise Christian's offense out of sorts. All jump shots.
All jump shots. Got to find the ability to attack and get inside that lane.
Here's Weiwei. Stagg on him.
You got to take him off the bounce. You got to go.
Instead, dribbling backwards. Now forward, and an offensive foul on Weiwei.
I don't know about that one. Looked like Stagg just tripped a little bit over his own feet.
He sold it.
Yes, he did. But nonetheless, good defense from Stagg. Keeping the ball in front, keeping Weiwei out of the lane, even drawing that offensive foul, forcing him into a jumper. That's what you want for your big fella on the perimeter.
Winner of this game goes to the semis.
Tough move.
Acuff, the step back 3, boarded by White. Second chance. Now Stagg, blocked. And here comes Sunrise Christian. The 3 ball off for Walker. Placide on the glass, right back up. He was fouled. That's a big strength of this team, is the offensive rebounding. 3 in the first 4 minutes.
Placide just so active on that offensive glass. Every time that shot goes up, Gavin Placide is crashing. He sees that shot as an opportunity for him to score that ball. He may not get it a bunch in sets. He may not get it in the half court. But if he can go eat off that offensive glass, he can live at that free throw line.
The number 6 center in the junior class already offers from Cal, Iowa, San Francisco. Transferred last year from Utah Prep to Sunrise Christian with his twin brother, Gallagher, who's on the bench right now. The Gallagher, or the Placide twins, they can be an issue. 4 minutes in, no points for Sunrise Christian until Gavin Placide nails the first. Sub for IMG brings Trey Beamer on. He's a sharpshooter. He can be a game wrecker.
Yes, he can. Can knock down shots all over the floor. And he's not one of those guys that needs a few to go in before he gets hot. He comes in the game already hot. So you got to get to his body and force him to become a dribbler driver, not let him get open looks from deep.
And Placide hits them both. Beamer gets the screen from White. And now Acuff. Down to White. The slam isn't there. Juric cleans it up.
Got to come away with 2. Have to come away with 2 points on the board in that possession if he's Steve White.
So Chronister resets up top. Both Placides are in the game. Gavin, number 12. Gallagher, 11. See if you can keep track at home. Chronister, the 3, is there.
Big time shot.
First field goal for Sunrise Christian. And then Acuff steps out of bounds, but a foul right before that against Gallagher Placide. Aiden Chronister, a 4-star recruit out of Arkansas, with the triple.
Just really good ball movement by Sunrise Christian on that last possession. And you got to get to the body of Aiden Christopher. You cannot let him just dial up and knock it down in your face. You got to close out and make him a driver. One of the better shooters in the country. Good D.
And then picked by Juric. The Croatian big man wreaking havoc. And now Wiwe.
Good drive.
Gallagher Placide from the baseline. And a 7-0 run for Sunrise Christian with a foul to boot.
It's a really good job by Wiwe getting into the lane off the bounce and then finding Placide in the corner. And Placide does a great job of not settling, just playing off that bounce and getting to that pull-up jumper. Wiwe attacks the pressure. Placide plays off the closeout. One dribble pull-up, 15-footer. Fundamental shot, fundamental play, getting to the free throw line for the and one opportunity.
Both Sunrise Christian field goals assisted by Chidi Wiwe. And they're perfect from the stripe. So now an 8-0 run for Sunrise Christian after IMG came out with a little more punch.
Got to be ready to shoot that if you're Darius Acuff.
Oh, Placide is on him. He cooks past him and off the glass with the foul.
Man, that is nice. Just probing the defense, just being patiently aggressive, waiting till the opportunity presents itself. And when it does, boom, right downhill, getting to the cup, finishing through contact.
When Acuff does it, it just looks so simple.
I mean, just look at the patience. A little cross, a little double cross between the legs, and then boom, right downhill, quick burst speed, getting to the basket. You just wait until you make a mistake.
And he converts the and one. The number 1 point guard in the senior class, bound for Arkansas. We know John Calipari can sniff out talented guards.
Yes, he can.
Chronister down low for Hill, having some trouble with it. And now diving for it, it was pried away by Jermel Jones. Yeah, Jones stepped out, so we stay here. Buffalo ball. Love that Buffalo on top of the jersey number. Smooth Sunrise Christian Buffaloes made it to either the finals or semis of the Chipotle Nationals 2 of the last 4 years. They win this tournament, they get an auto bid. Chronister deep on the 3. Juric offensive rebound.
Good pass.
Now Wiwe off the hesitation.
Good pass by Juric, and Wiwe with the great patience, the hesitation, let the defense fly by, and then going up to finish it.
Sunrise Christian dominant on the boards, +4 in the first 6 minutes. Acuff, nice feed for White. And then he throws it right to Chronister.
It's a really good defense from Chidi Wiwe, just walling up, being big.
Now Wiwe on offense.
Oh.
Driving in, draws the foul. Officials charge White with the foul. So Wiwe, he's a junior, still more time to develop, but as a junior, first teamer in the EYBL. Offers have come his way from Tennessee, Michigan, A&M, Illinois, and more. What kind of program does he fit in?
he could go anywhere in the country and be a player. I mean, he can knock down shots from deep, off the catch and shoot, off movement. He can handle the basketball. He's a great facilitator. He guards on the defensive end. He can rebound at a high level. He's one of those players with his talent level and his commitment. He can go to any program and be a contributor right away.
Native of Monroe, New York. Strong on the free throw. Maybe a lane violation. Looked like everyone was creeping in. And they will give another free throw to Weiwei. Spent last season at St. Benedict's in New Jersey. And in his first Sunrise Christian season, first teamer. Unable to convert that second opportunity. So IMG down a pair. And their man, Acuff. Foster driving in, past Juric, no. Tip back, yes. What a follow through for Felipe Quiñones.
Big time finish. Big time finish. Attacking that glass. That shot goes up. It's an opportunity for you to score the ball as an offensive player. Crash that glass, find ways.
Now tied at 10, Chronister up top for Walker. First matchup of the season between these two. And now it's Walker skating in. Pass picked by Quiñones. Felipe drops it off and intercepted right back.
Just a little too much from Felipe there.
Weiwei.
Good pass.
Chronister, the three.
Man, really good offense by Sunrise Christian on that possession. Weiwei get to the teeth of the defense, making that right come to him, and then hitting Chronister right in the shooting pocket in the corner. Young fella knocks it down.
It's his second triple. Now Acuff to Foster. Over Juric, no. Rebound to Hill. Some momentum with Sunrise Christian as Walker splits the D and Quiñones scoops it. Patiently up the floor, IMG is going to hold for the final shot. Ascenders were up 5-0 early, and then Sunrise Christian dominant to close this frame. Ball in Acuff's hands. The three is no good, and Quiñones follows with a miss. So Sunrise Christian goes to their strengths, dominating up front, and it's the Buffaloes by 3 after a quarter. Nike EYBL Scholastic is brought to you by Nike. This is Winning Basketball and delivered by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle, for real. Well, it was a pretty barren start for Sunrise Christian in the opening minutes, and then power on the glass and little Chidi Weiwei got him back in the game up 3 entering the second.
Yeah, Chidi Weiwei only has 2 points right now, but his 3 assists in that first quarter were big time. I mean, finding guys over open shots, hit him in pockets, his ability to get in the lane and create for others. It really showed his head here in that first quarter. He was big time. And then you think about Sunrise, how they were able to get back into this game. The defense was at a high level. Even on that last possession, Coach's decision to send Chidi Weiwei to the opposite elbow, knowing that Darius Acuff likes to come off that ball screen to the right. Just a master class from the coaching from the sideline.
Now adjustments needed on the other sideline, Sean McAloon and IMG. We know they go through number 5, Darius Acuff, Player of the Year in the EYBL. And IMG fans maybe need a little more from everyone other than number 5.
Yeah, you look at Sunrise right now, they're loading up on Darius Acuff. They're going to force someone else to beat them. So you look at guys like Sadiq White, you look at guys like Beamer, you look at guys like Stagg. They've got to step up and they've got to make shots on the offensive end to loosen up this defense.
Winner moves on to the semis. Already CIA, Bella Vista, and Lehigh booked their spot in the Final Four of the EYBL Scholastic Tournament. The winner of the entire tournament gets the automatic bid to next month's Chipotle Nationals, which is a venue familiar to both of these programs. Sunrise Christian made it at least to the semis of Nationals in each of the last 4 years, and IMG, perennial title contender. Here's Placide off a nice feed.
Just a really good pass along the baseline from Walker, hitting Placide right in the pocket. Placide just making himself available, showing his hands, high target, and then keeping the ball high, going to finish at the rim.
A lot of brotherly love today. Had the Mingo brothers, now the Placide brothers, as Stagg is fouled. Gavin and Gallagher Placide today combine 7 points so far.
But that's what it's going to take. It's going to take guys like Stagg to step up and drive that basketball, put pressure on the defense, loosen it up, get to the free throw line, and then it will allow Darius Acuff to just start playing ball. Everyone's got to be a factor.
Kareem Stagg, senior out of Chesapeake, Virginia, already committed to Georgia. So bound for the SEC. So he's a teammate, of course, of Darius Acuff now, but when Georgia plays Arkansas next year, Stagg against Acuff. Splits the free throws, and here comes Sunrise Christian with the lead. Good numbers for Stagg this year, not just that scoring, but second in the EYBL in blocked shots and offensive rebounds. Noah Hill with no one near him. A game-high lead of 6 points now for the Buffaloes. Acuff short on the 3, board for Foster. Now Quinones blocked by Placide. A foul on the rebound. Goes against Sunrise Christian. How Noah Hill gets so open here, Ray.
Just a great roll to the basket. When Stagg is up there helping on that ball screen, he's got to have that backside help come over and tag Hill going to the basket. You can't just let him have a free run to the hoop.
They did, and they paid for it. And now IMG commits an offensive foul on Beamer. Cough it back up.
IMG got to find a way to get a stop here on this end. Right now, Sunrise Christian, they are picking apart this defense, getting whatever they want in the half court.
IMG entered the tournament winners of their last 2, but a really sloppy start today. Handful of turnovers and just 25% shooting. Weiwei in and out for 3. Hill on the glass. Second life for the Buffaloes.
Grown man rebound.
Oof. 5 offensive boards for Sunrise Christian. Here comes the screen from Placide. Ball tipped. Placide's got it. And just hoists it up. It is boarded by Foster with a foul on Hill. Not an offensive possession to marvel at if you're Coach Lindstedt. So Acuff and company coming right back. 5 points in the early going for Acuff. From the elbow, no.
Had a seam, could have got all the way to the basket, settled a little bit there on that jump.
Now it's Walker rumbling in. With the left, no. Rebound Foster. Both teams look a bit tired. Beamer. Off to Acuff. He's got the big man on him.
They're loading up, sending 2-3 defenders at him.
Quinones strong on the 3. Promister clears it.
Beamer and Quinones are going to have to start making some shots to really help out Darius Acuff in the half court.
Weiwei thought about it, and it's a travel.
Yep.
Easy call. Both teams are scoreless over the last 2 minutes. But Sunrise Christian still in the midst of a 7-1 run that started at the tail end of the first. Kind of moseying on here. Quinones off the glass.
It's a really good take. Quinones has got to make plays here in the half court. Darius Acuff is drawing so much attention. They're not even guarding Quinones and Beamer. They've got to be aggressive.
4 points for Felipe. Here comes the screen. Noah Hill with it. Up top, Walker. Stops, drops it, up and in.
Tough move.
Plus a foul.
But if you're Beamer and you're guarding the ball, you cannot let Walker reject that screen. You got to send him over it. When he rejects that screen, there is no help side for you. If you're guarding this ball, you have got to force him to come off that screen. You cannot get beaten and let him go the opposite way, getting into the lane and playing off 2 feet, playing through the contact. Now he's at the free throw line.
Next year, he'll play for Chris Mudge and Sam Houston State. A program that struggling this year and could use a breath of fresh air. And Jacob Walker converts the and one.
They could use Jacob Walker right now.
The baller has Sunrise Christian up 7. Now Quinones got everyone in the air, but that's because he traveled. Buffalo ball.
Good idea from Quinones, just poor execution. Got to get in that lane, got to be able to jump stop, play off 2 feet, reverse pivot, and then find your guy. Travel.
And Hill with the travel. That's 3 travels in a minute. These teams are getting sloppy. They could use a break. Here's Darius Acuff, the leader in scoring in minutes played and second in the EYBL in assists. Makes his move, throws it up, and not even close. Sunrise Christian back with it. Walker to Placide. A lot of tired legs out there. Good thing for them. Next whistle leads to a full stoppage. Chidi Weiwei to Walker. 3 ball is good.
But you got to close out. I mean, Beamer closing out like Jacob Walker is a bum. You got to close out to him.
So Walker the triple. Now Sadiq White on the feed from Acuff.
Still finish.
First points for White. And just the 5th points of the quarter for IMG. Walker with the left-hand drive. Now Weiwei, who's been quiet offensively, just 2 points. Gets a screen. Acuff switches on. 18-footer is good.
It makes no sense for Acuff to switch on that ball handler and then to reach and take himself out of the play and give up a wide open 15-footer. If you're going to switch, you got to switch and not gamble. You got to keep that ball in front. Chidi Weiwei does a great job of handling that ball pressure, handling the switch, and then freeing himself and knocking it down from the free throw line area, putting his full game on display.
Sunrise Christian, pedal to the metal, coming down the wire in the first half.
You can't be demanding. You can't be relentless. You can't put yourself first. So, put yourself first. You can't dominate. So dominate. You can't fill a stadium. So fill that stadium. You can't take credit. You can't speak up. You can't be ambitious. You can't have any fun. You can't be proud. You can't keep score. You can't stand out. Whatever you do, you can't win. So win.
So how would you describe the chicken to someone who had never tasted it?
Literally melt in your mouth tender. We don't have a freezer, you know? It's almost like a farmer's market. When you walk into the restaurant, you should hear the sizzle that you're hearing right now. Just sends all those waves up to your mouth.
You're making me hungry.
Let's take a look now at today's Chipotle Player Spotlight and Chidi Weiwei, one of the best juniors in the country, still waiting with bated breath on where he's going to school, but we don't have to wait for the Chipotle order. Mad respect to the chips and guac on the side. If you don't finish it, save it for later.
Because he's one of the better players in the country, so you know that NIL is already rolling in to be able to afford the chips and guac as a high school basketball player. But I love the bowl. Again, this is the third bowl in a row that I could get with. You got your chicken, white rice as always, your black beans, got some corn salsa. I can get with it.
Yeah, I'd love to see them taking advantage of the salsa. A lot of pico, a lot of corn today. Yeah, the bowls today have been really solid.
And it could be, like I said earlier, I've had Chipotle today, had Chipotle last night, switched it up today, got the bowl last night. I had some tacos. But these guys got it going on. You can see the progression of the Chipotle bowls getting better and better throughout the EYBL Scholastic season.
Yeah, like the action, it's getting better. It's improving. Maybe next week we'll see some Chipotle honey chicken. A-Cuff, strong for three. Now, you told me sweet with a little bit of spice, just like you.
Now, Chipotle, if they're out there listening, and you want an ambassador for that honey Chipotle chicken, I'm your guy. I will sell it for you.
But you sold it to me. Here's Placide. No from three. And a foul on the rebound by Kareem Stagg.
Man, you got to hit Noah Hill when that shot goes up. You cannot have an arm box out. You cannot have a chest box out. You got to hit him with your hips and root him out of there, because that is a grown man playing high school basketball. So physical, so tough, so strong, causing havoc on that offensive glass.
And Noah Hill, 6'8", 220.
All muscle.
Son of a former college football star, J.D. Hill.
Oh, I guess you can see it.
And Placide with the left hand.
Good finish by Placide, getting around that basket, going up with the left, through contact. But you can see how Noah Hill, how he likes contact. You can tell he grew up with the football.
Oh, yeah. Placide swipes it away. Sunrise Christian up 12 and counting. Weiwei sticking with it. Left hand, no. Placide the rebound and gets fouled.
Right if it's Gallagher, rather if it's Gavin, the Placide twins are crashing that offensive glass. They are living on the glass right now. Big time.
Man, did you see this coming? 12-point lead in the first half for Sunrise Christian.
Can't say I did.
Oh, look who's in the house, Coach Calipari.
Watching his future point guard ball out.
Darius Acuff will play for Coach Cal next year at Arkansas.
Coach Cal right there, John Stovall in the back. See, John Stovall, he's never too far away from the action, man.
Carmelo Anthony also.
That's why you love the EYBL Scholastic.
Stars of tomorrow on the court with the stars of now or yesterday sitting and watching, evaluating. Placide nails the second. And Cal's got that Razorback red. It looks good in red. And the foul will send Stagg, or rather Chase Foster, to the line.
This is why you love the EYBL Scholastic. This is why you love events like this, because I know you know Calipari, he's here to see his guy, Darius Acuff. But if another guy steps up and he has a good showing and he plays well, whether it be a freshman, sophomore, junior, you never know whose radar you could get on by playing well in these games. This is why this league is so special, and these events like this, they really matter.
Okay, you tell me, you're a young player, let's say a sophomore, junior, who's got some potential. You're playing in an event like this, you look courtside, and you see John Calipari sitting there in that Razorback red sweater. How, if at all, does that affect you?
I mean, it affects you. I can remember being a sophomore, being a freshman, and you look over there, you see Rick Pitino, you see Calipari. I remember my high school point guard, Marcus Teague, on our AAU team. He went to Kentucky. He played for Cal. So you got to have Cal at your games. You got to have Rick Pitino, Roy Williams, Coach K, and all those guys. But it can affect you to the point where you get emotionally drunk. Right. You got to be consistent. You got to be even-keeled, but you got to play hard. You hear so many stories. You think Chester Frazier, the great player from Illinois, Coach Bruce Weber was not recruiting Chester Frazier when he went to see those guys play. He was recruiting his teammate, but he loved the energy from Chester Frazier, how hard he played, how tough he was, and he walked away with a scholarship. So sometimes those little things, they matter. Good
Foster
rebound.
hits the putback. Right, you never know who's watching. And also, in today's day and age, the broadcast, right? You don't even have to be there to evaluate.
Exactly.
And for those of you watching, we welcome you. A minute to go in the second. Weiwei.
Patience.
Kick to Placide. Nice fake. And Placide misses Hill the tip. Grown man rebound again. But jump ball gives it back to IMG.
Hill just loves the physicality of the game, embraces it. He hits you when that shot goes up. He's on you. He's riding you out. You got to bring your hard hat when you're coming to play Noah Hill, one of the more physical players you'll see in high school basketball.
Hard hat lunch pail. He wants the contact.
Seeks out for it. Good pass.
And White can't finish it. Little awkward towards the backboard. Just over 30 seconds left. Sunrise Christian cruising. Now Walker, a little shoving match with Jones. 10-second differential. Chronister to Hill. And gets it over Peck.
It's really good ball movement by Sunrise Christian, just running their stuff. Noah Hill with a great back cut.
And now IMG can hold for the final shot. In a quarter featuring flat offense, just 7 points. Acuff can't get it at the buzzer. And just 17 first half points for the highest scoring offense in the EYBL. Back to the board, a lot to work on at halftime. Meanwhile, for the Buffaloes, a lot to smile about. Half two, when we come back. You're watching the Nike EYBL Scholastic Conference Tournament at the Riverview Park Activity Center in South Carolina. Sunrise Christian by 13 over IMG in a first half dominated by Aiden Chronister, Chidi Wiwe, and Noah Hill.
Yeah, I know we're showing the offensive highlights here for Sunrise Christian. Noah Hill was big time on both ends of the floor. Then Jacob Walker got going, but it was all about their defense in that first half. You look at that second quarter, the defense was sensational. IMG goes 3 for 11 from the field, makes 3 field goals, scores 7 points in that second quarter. IMG is one of the better offensive programs that you will see in the entire EYBL Scholastic. Sunrise Christian doing a great job defensively through 2 quarters.
Yeah, IMG, the top scoring team by far in the league. Almost 70 points a game in the regular season and just 17 in the first half.
I mean, you look at it, IMG has made 7 field goals total for the game so far, and they have 6 turnovers. That's just not a recipe for success. They got to find other ways to score the ball. Sunrise is so good defensively in the half court. The IMG, they're going to have to find ways to get out in transition, hit the offensive glass, force some turnovers, and get going, because right now in the half court, nothing's working out for them.
They have as many turnovers and as many fouls as they do made baskets. Darius Acuff, the 5-star recruit, off to Arkansas. His future coach, John Calipari, is in the house watching courtside, and Acuff only 5 points on 2 for 11 shooting.
Big time defense. They're treating Darius Acuff exactly how they should treat him, like he is a bona fide star, sending 2-3 defenders at him, forcing someone else from IMG to try and beat him.
Well, if Sunrise Christian does the same thing over the next 16 minutes, they'll go to the semis. Here's Placide, both of the Placide twins, dominant in the first half.
Got to get him that ball. Mouse in the house. Got to score that.
He's got Quinones on him. Placide over him, and Quinones with the foul.
If Quinones is going to stay with Placide one-on-one on the block, that's got to be barbecue chicken every single time for Placide. He's got to get to his spot and rise up and knock it down. Right there, he's getting himself to the free throw line. He's got to force IMG to send a double team, or he's got to take advantage of that matchup.
6'11", 215 out of Denver. What sort of future do you see in store for Placide?
Oh, I love Gavin Placide and Gallagher Placide. Both of those guys just know how to play the game. I love when you can watch a kid and you can just appreciate whoever taught them how to play the game. High IQ players, rebounders, cutters, play hard. Just love to see it at this level.
Twins, who started at Utah Prep, transferred this season to Sunrise Christian, and both starring tonight. IMG still looking for their first bucket of the quarter. Acuff, a prime suspect to get it. Into the corner for Quinones. The drive, the feed to Jermal Jones. Jones scoring for the first time, junior out of Riverview, Florida. Don't think IMG will go quietly into the night. White forces a tie-up with Hill, and it's a sender's ball.
Really good hands from White, just coming over as the help side and getting a piece of that ball.
First meeting this season between these two programs, so they're not familiar with each other. Still feeling each other out. As Acuff goes in, can't hit the teardrop, and the rebound tips to Walker. Acuff, 2 of 12 shooting. Placide got his man up.
Good move.
Rumbles in and finishes.
Big time move. Playing off the closeout, little pump fake, little hesitation, the patience. I mean, at 6'11", the ball skills to get right to the basket. Big time player, big time move.
Now White going at Hill.
Good D.
Hill with the block.
No way, no
They'll
way.
call a foul.
That is good D.
I think the Sunrise bench agrees. With you, not with the call.
That's good D.
Looked like it to me. But it means free throws for Sadiq White. He has been quiet today, just his 3rd point there.
Yeah, he is.
Syracuse-bound big man leading the EYBL this year in field goal percentage at 70%. And from the charity stripe, hits a couple. 12-point Sunrise Christian lead. And Walker fouled by Jones. Don't want to commit a foul 50 feet from the hoop when you're on the comeback trail. Here's Weiwei, and it's muscled away by Quinones, who flips it up to Stagg. Expert level defense for the Puerto Rican forward. Now Acuff to the hoop.
Good take. That's what IMG Academy, that's what they have to do. They have to let their defense empower their offense. Got to get stops and then get out on the break and get to that basket.
At times this year, Sunrise Christian has battled the turnover bug. Now Weiwei just chucks it up. Hill cleans the glass, gets stripped. And now Walker, no from three. Acuff the rebound. Here comes Darius Acuff, right at Chronister, 4-2.
That was a 1-on-3 fast break and did not matter. Darius Acuff just taking it right into the chest of Aiden Chronister, going up to finish it through contact.
Timeout, Sunrise Christian. 6-0 run for IMG. The Darius Acuff show starting to show itself. About halfway through the third with a spot in the semis on the line.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah. The avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
Well, you weren't going to keep a muzzle on Darius Acuff for too long. Quick 4-point personal run in the third quarter.
Darius Acuff just taking what the defense is giving him. Right there, baseline presenting himself, quickest man on the floor, got right to the basket, and then the very next possession, one man fast break, taking that basketball right into the chest of Aiden Chronister, going up to finish it through contact. Trying to give IMG some life on the offensive end.
This Ascenders team scores very quickly. 6-0 run in the last minute. Powered, of course, by Acuff. 5-star recruit, native of Detroit, led Cass Tech High School to their first ever state championship as just a sophomore, and then transferred to IMG and has taken off since. Let's see if Sunrise has a response in them. Placide on Stagg. Down low for Chronister, who's fouled. Jamal Jones committing his his third. Part of our quadruple header of quarterfinal games tonight. Nightcap in about an hour will feature top-seeded Wasatch against Link Academy. Snuck past AZ Compass in a defensive rock fight last night, led by their point guard Jerry Easter. Here's Weiwei. Buffaloes with an 8-point lead against the top offense in the conference. Walker gets the screen. Weiwei open for three and banks it home.
4 hands in his face does not matter. Chidi Weiwei, a big-time shooter.
First triple for one of the top shooters in the conference. Lead back out to 11. Now Acuff goes downhill. The kick. Beamer for three and rebound to Walker. Juric, the Croatian big man, gives it back to his point guard, who's got Sadiq White on him. Now Quinones switches. See Walker barking out instructions. Now he goes right at Quinones. A lot of dribbling here, but a foul whistled against Quinones, sort of a bailout.
It's a little too much reaching, a little too grabby, a little too handsy. Just be big, just be physical without fouling. No need to reach in there. Jacob Walker does a great job of handling his pressure, getting to the lane, and it's right there. It's that hand on the backside, and it's that extra reach. His job was done. Just make him score over you. Good curl, good pass.
We wait to Juric, and blocked by Stagg.
That's what you're supposed to do, Stagg. Come over and get the piece of that ball. Not giving up on that play, playing through it.
A monster play for Kareem. And now Acuff tosses it up. White cleans it up.
Good finish. Really good crash. IMG starting to flip it on Sunrise a little bit. It was Sunrise Christian on that offensive glass in the second quarter, in the first quarter. And here in the third, IMG Academy starting to feast themselves.
Nearly ripped away there. Walker recovers. 3 minutes left in the third. Still a 9-point cushion for Sunrise Christian. Walker, pass swatted away, out of bounds off White. Just 4 on the shot clock. Sam Houston bound, Jacob Walker. You have a star like Weiwei, you need an effective and efficient point guard like Walker. He's provided that all season long. Walker gets it into Chronister, just a couple seconds to shoot. Chronister heaves it, and a shot clock violation gives it back to the Ascenders. Well, the Sunrise Christian offense has dried up.
You could also look at it and say IMG, they picked it up defensively. Up their level of intensity in a big way on the defensive end. Plays
and
like
on that note, Quinones gets it to Acuff. Makes it a 7-point game.
IMG, they struggled to score in the half court, but now they're finding other ways. It's the offensive glass, it's points off turnovers, it's getting out of transition. Starting to creep their way back into this game.
The Ascenders aren't going anywhere. And then ripped away by White. Storming down the floor, foul is charged to Placide.
Another turnover. They're forcing havoc in the half court, allowing yourself to get out in transition.
IMG defense high flying.
Felipe just playing the passing lane, and then when he gets that steal, knowing exactly what to do with it, get the ball out your hands quick, get it up to Darius Acuff. Not too many better players better in transition than Acuff Jr.
You can tell the intensity has been taken up a notch for IMG. Acuff now with 11 points. Over Placide, off the glass, and a foul sends Acuff to the line.
It's such a tough physical driver. He puts the referee in a position to have to make a call. He is going into your body every single time. Darius Acuff Jr. coming alive here in this third quarter.
He's played every minute. His second trip to the stripe starts with a make. 12 points on 5 of 17 shooting, so it hasn't been a very efficient night for Acuff. But he gets his buckets, and now Ascenders within 5.
And I'm okay with this, with the field goal attempts. I'm okay with the shot chart. If you can go out with the empty chamber. This team is going to win or lose on the back of Darius Acuff Jr. So he cannot be hesitant. He can't be tentative. He cannot worry about his field goal percentage in this one.
Right, might as well use it.
Yep. Take 30 shots if you have to.
Probably will. Hill, Chronister, the 3 is good.
And the Chronister coming off that little down screen. Hands ready, feet together, puppies in shape, and knocking it down.
And Acuff doesn't have the answer. We weigh the board.
That's a tough one for Acuff. He's feeling it, but you love to see him get into that lane and get to the basket.
He's 0 of 6 from downtown. Chronister.
Pocket pass.
Intended for Hill, picked by Quinones. Now it's Beamer, 4-3.
Big shot. Quinones is being big time defensively. Third time he's come over in this third quarter and forced a turnover and then made the right play. A fourth one here.
As you're singing his praises, does it again. Acuff, the triple. 2-point game.
You just keep playing. You just shoot or shoot. Shoot or shoot. Here's Acuff standing, keeping IMG alive in this half. But Felipe Quinones has been big time. I mean, high major on the defensive end.
5 steals for Quinones. And Weiwei stops the run.
Big time play. Big time players make big time plays. Chidi Weiwei getting to the teeth of the defense. Soft little floater. Putting Sunrise back up by 4.
A massive response just when IMG had a chokehold. 4-second differential here, so Acuff will be patient. With the big man Placide on him. Gets by him. Quinones the 3. No. Rebound tips around to Acuff. Step back, maybe a bit rushed.
Didn't know the time to score.
Cronister at the buzzer. And we go to the 4th. Swarming IMG defense. 5 steals for Felipe Quinones. Keying an ascender run.
I mean, just big time defense from Quinones in that third quarter. Fighting and putting his teammates back in this basketball game just with his activity level and his determination, his grit, his hustle. Big time play. Darius Acuff 0 for 6 before this shot from deep. Steps up, knocks it down as if he was 5 for 5. Darius Acuff feeling it here in the third.
And a 4-point game when we come back. Nike EYBL Scholastic is brought to you by Nike. This is Winning Basketball and delivered by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor, Chipotle, for real. Well, the swarming IMG defense in the third quarter, most notably from Felipe Quinones, cuts the Sunrise lead to just 4. Time to strap in for the fourth quarter, Rafael Davis.
Big time activity in that third quarter, making this a ball game.
In the third, 20-11 IMG. Cutting into that lead that at one point for Sunrise Christian was 14 points. And now down to 4. The winner moves on to the semifinals and joins Bella Vista and Lehigh. Stays alive for a shot at the automatic bid to the Chipotle Nationals. Loser goes home and waits. It'll be Sunrise Christian ball coming out to start the fourth quarter. And if you're Sunrise Christian, how do you stave off what's been a hard-charging IMG run?
You just keep playing the game the right way. You keep taking what the defense is giving you, but you don't play to not lose. You keep attacking. And Chidi Weiwei, this is your time, young fella. It's the fourth quarter. It's winning time. He's got to be a star here to finish this out.
Here he is. Off the screen from Urich. Gets it to Walker. Jacob Walker blocked by Foster. It'll remain here with 2 on the shot clock.
Really good help side defense from Foster.
Yeah.
Coming over and contesting that shot at the rim. Big time.
Foster's been a big presence in the paint. 6 rebounds and that block. Walker to Chronister. Running floater.
Oh. America's play. A little screener action. Chronister coming out to the corner, getting that catch and not panicking, not rushing. One dribble, little floater to the basket to beat the clock.
The hot shooting of Chronister has been huge. Now Acuff, right to the basket.
That is a tough finish with that inside hand. Using that inside hand allows Darius Acuff to take off outside of that lane and just stretch Armstrong his way there. Big time finish.
18 points for Darius Acuff. Now Walker rumbles in and kisses it off the glass.
Smallest man on the floor going in there with the trees. Great hang time, high finish off the glass.
Acuff up and under, cleaned by White.
Man, we got ourselves a game. Darius Acuff is living in that lane. Help side comes over to try and block it. Allows Sadiq White to come over there and clean it up with the offensive putback.
A couple of proud powerhouse programs looking to stay alive in the Scholastic tournament. Wee-Web, mid-ranger.
Man.
Bounces in.
Chitty Wee-Web is just so smooth. Never sped up, never rushed. Just never in a hurry.
He's the 3rd Buffalo in double figures with 11. 6 minutes to go, 6-point Sunrise Christian lead will remain. Offensive rebound, Foster. Next stop is the foul strike. Foul on Urich.
Darius Acuff just getting down that lane, causing so much attention. Allows Sadiq White to just creep in there on that backside. No block out, no problem. Sadiq White Jr. hanging on rims.
How would you like to be a big man in that system with Darius Acuff? You know you'll have a few of those.
Yep, you have a few run-ins. But when Sunrise Christian, when the big man, when he goes over to contest that shot, there's got to be a guard or a wing dropping down to tag Sadiq White to not allow that to happen. It's got to be 5 guys committed on the same level. You got to help the helper. Big man comes over to help. He's got to have the wherewithal to know his teammates got his back.
And Foster cuts the lead to 4. If you're just joining us, Sunrise Christian has led this game by as much as 14 points. Last held that at the 6-minute mark of the 3rd. But now, lead down to 4. Urich to Gavin Placide. Walker looking to cook.
Tough.
Step back 3.
Woo.
Good.
Good move. Put him on an island, asked him to have a dance, and then knocked it down from deep. Take a Walker, big time move.
Moving and grooving. Walker with 11. White for a triple. Not his shot. And Walker chases the board. So with 5 to go, Sunrise Christian by 7. White poked it away, and Acuff scores his 20th point.
IMG Academy still finding ways to force turnovers here in the half court. Sunrise Christian got to do a better job taking care of the basketball. The only reason IMG is creeping back into this game is because of their points off of turnovers.
12 turnovers have led to 16 points.
That's the game.
So the window open for IMG. Sunrise Christian still in the driver's seat. 5 seconds for Walker. The heave at the buzzer, boarded by White. Here's Acuff, so dangerous late in games.
The pass.
Jones the 3. Rebound, tips, out of bounds, and Sunrise Christian ball. Sunrise Christian has led for 80% of this game. team that sort of limped into the conference tournament, losses in 2 of their last 3. But they came to play today defensively, led by Chidi Wiwe, Jacob Walker, and Aiden Chronister. Here's Chronister to Walker. Noah Hill bobbles it, and Acuff right there. Darius Acuff, smooth. 4-2.
Ooh, you can't touch that ball.
I think it was touched by White. Yep. They'll say offensive basket interference. So Acuff, misery. His bucket erased. And just a mental mistake here.
Darius Acuff did a great job of pushing that basketball. Nice behind the back move, got right to the basket. That shot may have been falling in. Sadiq White Jr. Just ill-advised tip back right there.
You can do it in Europe, not tonight.
Facts.
3:30 left. Sunrise Christian by 5.
Sure, I was the first pick, the rookie to watch, and the back-to-back All-Star. But to get even better, I had to get real with myself. I got real about how I showed up. I got real about how I trained. I got real about what I ate. The results, something about this season, man, it just feels different.
Proud IMG program. National champions in 2019, looking to get back to the promised land. But Raphael, massive work to be done in the next 339.
It's going to start on the defensive end. IMG Academy, you got to go back to that shell drill when you're in practice. And your coach tells you, you got to get 3 stops in a row.
It's been a really thrilling day in our quadruple header of quarterfinal action, IMG and Sunrise Christian, as we welcome you into our booth. Still one more to go. Wasatch against Link Academy. Something to think about for that game?
I mean, Isaiah Harwell, you got Jerry Easter. Those 2 guys going at it. Imano. Jerry Easter, one of the better guards in this conference. Chris Sinak, one of the best sitters in the country. Should make for a really fun game.
Yeah, Link able to squeak by AZ Compass last night in a defensive slugfest. Massive test later against number 1 seed Wasatch. But first, the final 3:30 of this one.
Don't want to foul here.
And White fouled him. You could see it coming.
Yeah,
right?
you could.
Third foul for White. Not too much foul trouble in this game. No one with more than 3 fouls. Sort of surprising for such a physical game. IMG used to scoring about 70 points a game. They'll have to win this one with almost certainly under 60 points. Still under 50 as Walker rumbles in off the glass. No, but there's a foul call on Jones. And he is the first with 4 fouls. So IMG so reliant on Darius Acuff, who today has attempted 24 shots, made 8 of them for 20 points. And he watches on as Walker takes his trip to the stripe and hits the first.
I mean, and you look at it, IMG Academy, Darius Acuff, 20 points. The only player for the Crusaders in double figures. But then you look on the other side, Sunrise Christian Academy, 4 guys already in double figures. It's so balanced. It's such a tough deal when you have one guy and you're trying to beat a team as talented as Sunrise Christian.
And Walker hits them both. They're so fundamentally sound, right? Look at some of the season numbers, and they only allow 53 points per game, one of the best marks in the conference. Solid rebounding team, known for their offensive rebounding. And a foul. Moving screen on Kareem Stagg.
Just some of the little things right now for IMG Academy, just not going their way. The goaltending call, the offensive foul. You got to be solid in these moments when it's winning time.
And they're scoreless over their last 2 minutes. Sunrise Christian just a little more polished. 2:45 left, though. A lot can change. Jacob Walker calls the screen, and Chronister reverses. Buffalo's taking their time. Don't blame them. Walker, a deep three.
Bang.
Good. Woo!
Jacob Walker, big-time player, big-time shot.
Rising to the moment, 16 points. Acuff doesn't have the response. White long rebound. Here's Quinones, the baseline drive.
Good finish.
Lead cut to 8, and IMG calls time. But back on the other end, how about Jacob Walker? 3 triples today. What a night for the Sam Houston bound guard.
And none bigger than this one. Hand down, man down. Shout out to Mark Jackson. You got to close out to Walker as if he's a player. You cannot guard him like he is a bum. He will make you pay.
This Sunrise Christian team, they don't, you look at them on paper, they haven't had a name like a Darius Acuff where you go, oh, 5-star, all eyes on this guy. But this is a team, and they deliver.
Yeah, and I mean, Chidi Weeway's not a bad player in his own regard, but you got a solid point guard in Jacob Walker, and that's where it starts. Your point guard play, that's where you get it going. And then the Placide twins, they do the little things. They are okay with doing the dirty work. And you got Noah Hill mixing it up inside, the physicality of them. Aiden Chronister can knock down shots from anywhere all over the floor. This team is well structured, well put together, and they are well coached.
Second-year head coach Kyle Lindstedt, a phenomenal job. His father, Robert, founded Sunrise Christian in the late 80s, carrying on the legacy. And a foul in the corner. What are you singing?
Oh, the song that was in the
Yeah, what was it?
song that was in the background. It was Candy Love.
You're very musical. You ever perform?
Oh,
I'd
no.
buy your mixtape.
This is about all the performing I do.
Okay, so I don't need to pay money.
Not at all.
Let me know when you sign your first deal, all right? I'll be supporting you. So 8-point Sunrise Christian lead. Just over 100 seconds left, and Walker commits a travel.
No, it's not a travel.
Not sure I saw the extra step. I don't think you did either.
We get the luxury of watching it on TV, having replays.
Couple of broadcast officials here. So IMG needs a bucket on pretty much every possession now, as Quinones gets it to Beamer. Step back from the elbow.
But you don't need step back 15-footers. Work the ball. Get easy ones. Open threes, layups. If you got to take that shot, wait till it's 3-4 seconds on the shot clock. You don't need those step backs right now.
And if anyone's going to take that, you probably want Darius Acuff.
Exactly. Good point.
That was just the second team foul, by the way, on Sunrise Christian. So talk about their composure. 3 for Acuff is an air ball. And it just looks like IMG's out of gas. Acuff has attempted 26 shots. Just 1 for 9 from downtown. And IMG down 8 coming down the wire. Jacob Walker owning the second half.
One more.
To Juric. Chronister, the triple.
Boom.
Yes.
Dagger. Kill shot.
That should do it.
Man, Aiden Chronister can shoot that basketball.
And Beamer with a miss. Sunrise Christian seems destined for the semis. And down low, Placide. They'll play just a bit of keep away now for the final 15 seconds of the shot clock.
Don't want to foul now. That's
And
intentional.
Acuff, just a frustration foul. Throwing his hand at him, and some words for Jacob Walker.
Yeah, Acuff just being a little bit emotional right there. The foul was unnecessary. Could have been a flagrant. You got to go for the ball a little bit, but all the extra stuff at the end is just not necessary. Acuff is trying to foul, wasn't able to come away with it there, and then he just goes after and hacks him. If I'm Jacob Walker, I'm saying something as well, and this just doesn't need to escalate any further to this point. The refs did a great job of getting in between that. Felipe does a great job. Sadiq White coming in and keeping Darius Acuff away from it. You just don't want this thing to get out of hand.
His college coach, John Calipari, on hand. You don't want to lose composure like that.
Just emotional. It's a basketball game.
Heat of the moment.
Yeah, for sure. You want to win.
Just a frustrating night for all of IMG. As a team shooting just 35% from the floor and really falling flat. But Sunrise Christian, the defense, it's been elite all season, and tonight it was capital E elite.
Yeah, and it was elite here in this fourth quarter. I mean, just big time. It's been elite all game, but you look at it right now. IMG Academy, 4 for 13 from the field, only 10 points here in the fourth quarter. Sunrise Christian, they have done a tremendous job of forcing them into being a jump shooting team.
The coach is going over some things with the officials. And tonight, IMG was a jump shooting team that couldn't make jump shots. Just 3 for 19 from long distance, 16%. And so assuming Sunrise Christian polishes this off, 3 of our final 4 are set. Likely to be Sunrise Christian, along with Lehigh and CIA Bella Vista. EYBL Scholastic Tournament, the winner of this thing gets the automatic bid to Chipotle Nationals. Now we're getting word Darius Acuff has been ejected. So a technical foul on that contact and the choice words he had for Walker. He gets ejected. Not a great look as his night comes to a close.
Let's let the emotions get the best of him here in that situation.
And Aiden Chronister brings the lead out to 14. So Sunrise Christian wins this. They will then face the winner of Link Academy and Wasatch. That game will start about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. One of our semifinal matchups is already set. Bella Vista against Lehigh. Set for a 3:15 tip-off tomorrow on NBA TV. In this quarter, 21-10 Sunrise Christian. And now on cruise control for the final 45. And Trey Beamer fouling in a 15-point game.
Playing through the end.
Yeah.
Play to that final buzzer.
Start the next game how you finish this one, right?
If you're Jacob Walker, you got to step up to the line and make your free throws. Close this game out.
Perfect 5 for 5 from the stripe tonight. Well, what about Walker? He really rose to the occasion in the second half.
He was big time here in the second half. Controlled the pace, controlled the tempo, set the table for teammates. Made big baskets when they needed one. I mean, that 3 at the top of the key was big time. Might have won them this game.
Really felt like the dagger. And now his free throws. Daggering the dagger. Chidi Wiwe checks out for the final time. 11 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. And Sunrise Christian will dance on to the semis. After Acuff's ejection, Beamer for 3. And the 17th three-point miss tonight for IMG. Just didn't have it. A team that scores 70 points a game in the regular season, held to under 50. But credit Sunrise Christian. Coach Kyle Lindsted's team with a phenomenal, polished, complete effort. And tomorrow night, they'll play for a chance to make it to the title game. Just 4 seconds left. As we start to look forward to the nightcap, Link Academy and Wasatch Academy will fight in the final game of our quadruple header. But in this one, Sunrise Christian all over IMG. You've sung his praises plenty tonight. Our Nike player of the game with 20 points, it's Jacob Walker.
I mean, Jacob Walker was big time in this ball game. All game long, controlled the pace, controlled the tempo, finished with 20 points, 5-11 from the field. But he did more than that, had 4 assists, had 5 rebounds. His ability to navigate and work off the ball screen was special. This move here almost pretty much won Sunrise Christian the ball game. And he just stepped up all game and knocked down shot after shot. His ability to get in the lane and make plays was big time. I mean, Jacob Walker in front of Coach Calipari, in front of multiple college coaches, in front of his own future college coach at Sam Houston State. Jacob Walker went crazy, finishing with 25 in total.
A 17-point win over IMG. It means Sunrise Christian plays tomorrow, and they'll play the winner of our nightcap, Wasatch and Link, in about 20 minutes here on League Ready. Quarterfinal quadruple header, ready for its final chapter. We're back in a bit, but for now, it's Sunrise Christian all over IMG.